What is up, Sooner Nation? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Sooner Surge. Thanks for being a part of our channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. You turn on your notifications. But we are here to preview the Mary Nutter Classic, where the Sooner softball program carries the 62-game winning streak there. And they have, at the front end of this tournament, Jason, two, I think, good tests in Mississippi State at 7 o'clock, immediately followed by Wisconsin at around 10:30 tonight. So again, front heavy in this tournament, the Mary Nutter Classic, as the Sooners take on two schools from very good conferences in Mississippi State and Wisconsin, Jason.
Yeah, Mississippi State better than I think people might have thought going into the year. They're having a good year. And then Wisconsin following that up. I would expect tonight May and Maxwell to be your starters. Now, I don't know for sure, but that's kind of who I think they'll go with. What I thought was interesting is a quote from Patty Gasso earlier this week talking about the pitching staff and talking about having 6 pitchers and able to throw any of them at any time, and how it really is a disadvantage for the other team. They don't know who's going to start. It's not like you're playing a team that has 2 starters and you know you're going to get one of the 2. There's 6. She could start any one of them. And it's a huge, huge advantage for Oklahoma going into games where they know who's going to start, but the opposing team does not. And I think that's a big advantage that maybe going into the year, I thought maybe they would use more. You'd have your starters with May, Maxwell, and maybe Deal, but she's used May and Maxwell out of the pen. She started Keeney. She started Deal. I mean, so game open for whoever's going to start. I would probably think it's going to be May, Maxwell, but who knows, Jeremy?
I think it's going to be Maxwell May. I think Maxwell is going to get the
Well,
nod
I'm not saying, those two. I'm not saying it.
I think Maxwell will get the nod against the Bulldogs, and I think that May will start against Wisconsin. And I really think that Carly Keeney and Monticelli will be the next 2. Now, good news is Kirsten Deal looked really, really good in her last outing. S.J. Guerin has looked strong in her outing. So like you said, Gasso has talked about this 6-headed staff that will give teams nightmares and fits all year. There's some other things to note. Obviously, OU is coming into this tournament, Jay, riding a 62-game winning streak. It's unheard of. It's never going to be broken again, probably. Highly unlikely that it'll ever be broken again. But one thing is, they come in here actually not having been very satisfied with how they played. Coach Gasso has talked about it. A couple of players have alluded to it. So they're coming in here almost with something to prove when they've won 62 straight. It's the weirdest kind of dichotomy to say that, but that's a fact. They haven't been satisfied. I look for OU. I know you picked Wisconsin maybe to beat them, but preseason, I think OU is going to run rule them both. I think OU is coming in here to prove something at the Mary Nutter.
Yeah, I did pick Wisconsin to give OU the first loss of the year, I think maybe 3-4 months ago. I'm sticking with it. I'm not going to change. You know me, I'm not changing. Now, I hope OU run rolls them. Let me say that. That's the game I picked them to lose going into the year for the first game. And so I don't know, Jeremy. You're talking about unsatisfied, and I agree with you. And it's not just the players. I think it's coaching. I think it's fans. I think everybody, the expectations on this softball team is basically to go out there and run roll people. And sometimes I think, they're still trying to, you look at the pitching staff by itself. Take May off that staff. None of them have pitched much in an Oklahoma uniform. Okay. Deal a little bit, but Keeney, nope. Maxwell, nope. Guerin, nope. Monticelli, nope. So it's kind of, you got to kind of get ingrained in the OU culture and the OU way, right? The pitching's been unbelievable this year. Let me say that. The pitching, look at the earned run average, everything. It's been great. Okay. Outside of a couple of innings, I think it's been a great start to the season for the staff. I think where most people and where the team's thinking is the hitting. I think the hitting's not been as impressive as it has in the past early on, but it's something that I think got better the last few games. Patty Gasso dropped Jada Coleman down in the lineup. She came back, hit pretty well. So we'll see. I expect Jada to be back in that one hole again, and I expect them to probably have their this tournament, this classic. I think it'll be their best bats for the year.
I would agree with you. While it does seem like they've struggled some, it's not far off from last year's numbers through the first 9 games when you look at it. I mean, they're not that far off. They're actually better in some statistical categories. Again, it's part of the fact is everything is so highlighted and it escalated to another level as the streak goes further and further along. But here's what you know. You're going to get the other team's best, and they know that going into this, but it does feel a little different, like they have something to prove. Couple things to keep your eye on. Will Monticelli go against her former team now that they're a foe? I don't think Gasso's going to go out of her way to play her against him. I think it's going to be whatever fits. That's the way Gasso is. But I will agree with you that I think the sticks are going to be shining there at the Mary Nutter, Jay.
Yeah, and you look at some of the players so far this year offensively that had, I think, really good years. Riley Boone's she's been very key in a lot of key moments, 2 outs, gotten a lot of good at bats during that. And then Brito stood out to me this year. I think Brito continues to impress. And, Ella Parker got her first home run the other day, and I'm interested to see how she builds on it. One person that I've been interested in and that we haven't seen much of, and I'm assuming it's injury related, but Hannah Core, she had such a good battle series. I mean, just unbelievable battle series, and really just hasn't got a whole lot of run, in my opinion. So I don't know on that. I think she was so good in the battle series. I think I expected to see her quite a bit, but we'll see if things change. I don't know. They have so many weapons that they can play. That's the thing. And, I think tonight at second base, I would look for probably, I think they're probably going to go with what they've kind of done before. And it seems like they go Avery Hodge first game and maybe Torres the second game. We'll see. I don't know, Jeremy.
Yeah, and you mentioned some others. I think Maya Bland may start getting a little more run. Hannah Core, when the temperature's cold, I'm assuming maybe the back takes a little longer to get loosened up. There was cold temperatures where they were last, so could be a possibility. I don't know, but all I know is we will have it covered here on the Sooner Surge channel, YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed immediately following the Wisconsin OU game, which is the second game tonight. Probably going to be around 12:30 or 1 a.m. We will be on live on YouTube, so make sure you set your clocks to that. It'll be tomorrow because it'll probably be after midnight. But
Flow softball.
Got
to watch Flow softball tonight.
Got to watch Flow softball. I expect the Sooners to get 2-run rules. There you have it. There's a preview of the Mary Nutter. Thanks for watching our channel, and we'll see you later tonight. Till next time, Boomer.
Sooner.